Welcome to another episode of Done is Better Than Perfect. I'm your host, John Grubbs. Welcome to the show. Now, before we get into our topic today, I'm going to share with you something that's in the news. This is from the Metro News, dated August 7th of this year. A man has revealed that he suffers from such a hatred of chewing that he has estranged himself from relatives over fears he might fly into a rage. Daryl Murphy, age 41, has ended relationships because of the noise his partners make while eating or clearing their throat. He even said he has left dates and almost come to blows with colleagues over clicking pins. Daryl diagnosed himself with misophonia, a condition that makes people irritable about ordinary sounds humans make. He says learning to manage his condition, and he wants to get better at, things that are, uncommon in other people. He wants other people to be aware of it. He said, I thought I was crazy for many years. Little noises would just make me fly into a rage. Daryl Murphy diagnosed himself as suffering from misophonia. He says the noise of someone chewing can drive him absolutely crazy. People don't understand it, and I can't explain it, he says. It's affected my relationships, especially people I've been dating and family members, because you take it out on the people closest to you. And you think they should understand. Do you know anybody like this? All right, for our topic today. Our topic is how to have a good job interview. Now, you can thank Amanda Haynes, one of our longtime viewers, for this topic because she requested this. And as I've told you before, anytime you want a specific topic that might be helpful to others and it's something that I can accommodate, I'm going to help you with. So I came from the field of human resources. I've done many interviews with people, and I'm going to share with you 20 tips to have a good job interview. Now, I've also broken this video into 3 parts. So you want to make sure that you come back and listen to parts 2 and part 3 so that you get the entire range of opportunity to have an amazing job interview. Now, let's talk about some background noise. First of all, a job interview is not a place to practice humility. If you're an introvert and you like to stay inside, if you like to be extremely humble about your abilities, this is not the time to do this. You get a small window to make a positive first impression. And by the way, interviewers make up their mind about you very early in the process. After making up their mind that they want to hire you, it's your job to lose. Now, the market for jobs is also I think it's an important factor that you need to keep in mind. In today's job market, the job seeker has the advantage. Remember, you are interviewing the company, and you don't want to look too needy or too eager. Go into the interview as if you're not sure if this is the right company, and be very inquisitive during the process. So here are 20 tips given to you in no special order, but I want you to understand that the first thing that you need to do is research the company. Prepare 4 to 5 questions about the company and the business that they're in. And make sure these are open-ended questions. I call them calibrated questions. What and how questions. For instance, you can ask about the culture of the company. How would you describe the culture here? Culture is a big buzzword in today's business world. And it's important to write these questions down ahead of time so you won't be afraid to read the questions. It shows that you're prepared for the interview. So tip number 1, research the company. You don't have to have a lot of information about the business, but you have to have enough information so that you can ask really good what and how questions. Tip number 2, talk about your selling points. Everybody has strengths, and if you can get those selling points onto the table early in the interview, your chance of getting a follow-up interview goes way up. For instance, you might say, I love solving customers' problems, or I don't like to miss work, or I'm eager to learn and grow, or even I'm a good teammate and I work well with others. Give examples of success in the past. For instance, if you were part of a team and you were successful as a team member, share them those specific examples of how you were successful on the team. Tip number 3, predict concerns and address them early. A big one might be if you're changing industries, if you're going from one industry to another for the same type job, you may say, I may not have experience in this industry, but I'm confident that my skills will transfer to this job. Or you might say, I'm not finished with my degree. However, I'm very close and I will finish soon. Anything you can do to address a concern or a reservation they may have about you is important that you deal with it early in the interview. Now, here's another important tip. Prepare for common questions. One of the most common questions you hear in an interview is, tell me about yourself. So this is a great time for you to tee up those strengths that you have. Or you might hear the question, why do you want this job? Be prepared for that question. Why do you really want this job? Is it more responsibility? Is it a different location that's more convenient to your home? Is it, what is it that makes you want this job? Another common question people aren't prepared for is, why are you leaving your current job? Now, you may be leaving for reasons that are positive as well as negative. Never badmouth the old company as a way of getting in with the new company. Make sure that you share things about you. For instance, I was not given an opportunity to grow. I was not given more responsibility. Or I am looking for something where I can utilize this skill or that skill. Another common question is, what are your salary expectations? And it's real important that you negotiate this little tricky part of an interview by not giving a firm answer, but give a range, and give a broad enough range that you can have some wiggle room when it's time to negotiate. So don't give them a specific answer. You may be cutting yourself short, or you may be counting yourself out of the job. Here's another tip. Ask them to describe the ideal candidate. You might ask, what does success in this job look like? It gives you a chance to share your strengths as they apply. Tip number 6, practice a lot. When a common question is asked, you will be ready to answer. And by the way, they expect you to be nervous, and it's okay to be nervous. Everyone's nervous in an interview. It's about you. You're under the microscope. Get a couple of friends and have them ask you these common questions. And make sure that you pick friends who are going to give you honest and constructive feedback. Don't pick friends who are going to say, oh, that was great, that was great. Pick friends that you know will be brutally honest with you. Now, we've come to the end of part 1. If you found this helpful, slam the little bell below and be notified when parts 2 and 3 are released. Like the video, share this on all your social media platforms. Subscribe to the channel and comment below. In parts 2 and 3, I will share how to handle behavior-based interviews, which are very common today. I will help you handle body language and thank you notes. Interviewing is a skill, and you can learn to improve. I believe in you. Always remember that done is better than perfect. I'll see you next time.